Thank you. Thank you. So I wanted to talk to you today about expecting abundance. And I wanted you to imagine that if abundance were your baby, how do you get it to reach its fullest potential? By following my easy parenting method, EASY. E is for examining your expectations. And I wanted you to make smart goals because you are 90% more likely to reach your expectations, right? And A is for asking for guidance and help. And the secret ingredient to getting exactly what you want is accountability. The S is for your support systems, because we know that it takes a village to raise a child, especially abundance. And the Y is what I really want to talk to you about today, yourself, putting your self-care first. So what I want to do is I want us to practice a technique that I call the Humpback Massage. And we're going to practice on each other, but we're going to do it using safe touch. Safe touch is touch that has a positive intent, positive perception, and is done with permission, because who wants to be touched without permission? Nobody. Thank you. So turn to the person to your right and ask them, may I practice the humpback massage with you? And then turn to the person to your left and say, absolutely. Right? So once you get your partner, you start by rubbing your hands together. This is going to create your positive intent. And should I use the stand? Well, you know how to rub your hands together. Rub your hands together. This produces your positive intent. And if you want to sit this out, that's fine. You can just say, I want to sit this out, because touch, we're doing it with permission, right? And then place your warmed hands on the back, on the hump of the person's back. This warms up your muscles and it gets your nervous system ready for touch, right? And now you are going to make the letter P on either side of the spine. Now, the P will be the letter P. It will be a mirror image of each other. So the letter P on either side of the spine. This warms up your muscles. Now you're going to crisscross that midline, and you're going to slide your right hand over to the left shoulder, your left hand over to the right shoulder, and bring it back. Keep going up, back and forth, back and forth. This crosses the midline. This is good for memory. And if you do it with small kids, it's also good for brain development. Yep. And so now you're going to slide either hand on either side of the spine and up, grab the top of the shoulders. So up either spine and grab the shoulders. This is for tension relief. I'm sorry, I'm not grabbing the microphone too much. This is good for tension relief. And I see some of you can do it are doing it by yourselves. That's great, because it's good for self-care, self-massage. 90% of my clients say they hold their stress right in their shoulders. So when you're coming from a hard day's work, this is a great place to start releasing that tension. Next, we're going to put your hands back on the hump of the back and rest them there and say thank you. Thank you to the person who gave you the massage, who you're giving the massage to, because they did not have to let you into their personal space. So you want to end with, this shows respect, gratitude for one another, right? Respect and trust. It builds respect and trust. You can switch sides. If some of you didn't get a chance to receive, then, switch sides, because we want touch to be reciprocal. It's the only one of our senses that is reciprocal. So when I'm touching you, you're touching someone else. So you want to return the favor. And while you're doing that, I'll just share a short story. Years ago, I was a temp at a very large book publishing company in New York. And I worked for an editor who worked for very high-profile authors, and she hated me. She hated the very idea of me because I had no experience. All I had was a winning smile, right, and a sweet personality, but she hated me. So one day I walked into the office, and she was visibly upset, and I just said, okay, well, it's going to be one of those days. And so she said, Anita, I have something to tell you. You're going to need to find a new job because I just got laid off. And then she burst into tears. So I did the only thing that I knew how to do. I said, oh, my goodness, do you need a hug? And remember, she hates me, but she looked at me and said, yes. So to my surprise, we stood up, I gave her a hug, and within 20 seconds, because 20 seconds is all you need to feel the benefits of touch, right? 20 seconds. After your massage, you have less stress, less anxiety, right? It increases your stress. It increases your relaxation hormones, right? So you have more bonding, a sense of belonging, more confidence. And with 20 seconds or less, you can have these effects. And she said, and after the hug, she said, Anita, go grab my Rolodex. Now, some of you are like, what's a Rolodex? Yes, it was that long ago, a Rolodex. So I grabbed her Rolodex, and by the end of the day, she said, Anita, I just got an offer to start my own editing office, and I want you to be my office manager. Off of a 20-second hug, right? Touch changes you. So that's what I do in my practice. I teach you how to incorporate touch to your everyday life so that you can feel the immediate results of touch.